So today we're going to talk about the ukulele, name some of the parts of the instrument so that we're all familiar with the terminology. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen a ukulele, it's basically a small guitar-like instrument. Okay, and much like a guitar, it has strings. Okay, now on a typical guitar, there's 6 strings. A ukulele only has 4, and that's due to its smaller size. Now, some of the parts here. Okay, we have a bridge, which is where the strings actually connect to the body on the bottom. Okay, and the bridge lifts the strings so that they're not sitting directly on the body of the instrument because that would prevent them from vibrating. Okay, so the bridge is where they're anchored to, and they run up the body of the instrument, which is this part. It's hollow, which allows the sound to be amplified. It makes it louder. Okay, so we've got the bridge, the body, which is our amplifier, makes the sound louder. Then that brings us to the neck of the instrument, which is this thin part. And on the neck, we have something called the fingerboard, which is named because that's where, when I start to play, right, that's where I'm going to put my finger to change the note. Now, on that fingerboard, we have these little metal bars, very similar to guitar, which we call frets. Now, frets, just like on a piano keyboard, right, serve as a visual landmark so that I know where each note is, right? So when we finger a note on the ukulele, right, we're placing that finger behind that fret so that we know where that note is, like so, right? So each fret tells me where the next note is on that string, right? And as I put more and more frets down here, right, here I am on the 12th fret, right, you'll notice the pitch of the string has gotten louder. That's because effectively I've shortened the length of the string, so less of the string is vibrating. The smaller the object, the higher pitch the sound. The larger the object, the lower pitch the sound. Okay, so we have our frets, right, which brings us to the top of the instrument, okay, which is called the head, right, which is where the strings are secured on the other end in these little tuning pegs. Now the tuning pegs allow me to increase or decrease the tension on the string and thereby changing the tuning of each string, right? That's how we can get the open string to be the note we want, by changing the tension on that string. So I can turn it one way to tighten it, which would raise the note. I can turn it one way to loosen it, and that's going to lower the note. Okay, so one more time just to recap. We've got the bridge of the instrument, which is where the strings are tied down to on the end. We've got the body of the instrument, which is our amplifier. It makes the sound louder. We've got the neck of the instrument, okay, which is the thin part here, just like us, right? We have a neck here on top of the body. We have the fingerboard, where our fingers go. The metal frets, okay, which act as my landmarks for when I put my finger down. And we've got the head and the tuning pegs to adjust the note. And those are the basic parts of the ukulele.